Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of my video blog series. I am your host Nick Renard, and today we will be talking about Gmail sponsored promotions, or GSPs as they're abbreviated. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So, what are GSPs? Gmail ads allow you to target users with sophisticated targeting signals in a high-impact message-like ad format. Users are shown a collapsed ad at the top of Promotions tab in their Gmail account. The collapsed ad opens to an expanded ad that can be designed to promote a variety of goals, including embedded forms or video. You can also include links to an external site, app, marketplace, or click-to-call. We're not going to be going over the video portion. I'm going to show you guys how to do a pretty generic setup, but also the stuff I want to get more detailed on is more regarding the targeting than the I guess the graphics or whatever of the ad itself. I want to show you guys a couple of examples of what these look like. You can see here at the top where it says collapsed ad. This is what it looks like in the promotions section on the Gmail page. And once someone clicks on this ad, it expands it to a bigger ad that looks like this, that has a call to action button that you can see, the free 14-day trial, and a little more information that you can put in here. And here's another example here. Again, you see the collapsed ad up top and the expanded ad with, again, another call to action. Yeah, they look pretty nice. I like these a lot because it allows you to target based off of what is actually in people's emails. I think that this is really useful when you are trying to target a competitor or something very specific, because let's say you have a list of like 20 competitors. What you can do is you can target people's emails, and what it'll do is it'll scan their emails for where that competitor keyword shows up, and if it is showing up in their emails, like maybe they're getting white papers sent to them from another company, then you can display your ads in their Gmail account, which is pretty sweet because I don't know, I think it's kind of cool that it scans through all the text within their ads, and then you kind of you can bid on keywords based on that. There's some other forms of targeting, and we'll go over those in a bit here. But I want to go ahead and get started on building a campaign, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's exit out of this, and we will start. I'm going to use this old account. It's an old client of ours. They don't run AdWords anymore, so they won't mind if I create a pause campaign in their account. Alright, so first start off by opening up your AdWords browser interface, which looks like this. And a GSP is a display campaign, so we want to be at the campaign tab level and click the big red campaign button right there. And new display network only. Alright, so we're going to go through this step by step. Campaign name, go ahead and just call it GSP, or here, yeah, G. And you want to select no marketing objective. You want to make sure that it's selected on all features available for the display network, in case you want to target it on different things. I'm not sure what the other ones do, but the guide or whatever that I went through said to select no marketing objective, so make sure you select that. Select your location settings here. If you're only the United States, then go ahead and select that. If you advertise in other countries, obviously just adjust that appropriately. For bid strategy, the default for them is to leave on enhanced CPC. I'm not the biggest fan of enhanced CPC because it allows Google to increase your bids to generate clicks. Those clicks aren't necessarily good or bad or anything like that. It's just Google gets paid more if they get more clicks. So I always turn that off. I manage everything manually, so there's really no reason to let Google automate anything for us and jack up our bids when we're not looking. You can set a budget, whatever you want to spend on this. It's a display campaign, so the clicks are going to be very cheap, which is good for testing this campaign, because if you don't have a ton of budget, then you can allocate a very small amount of money, like maybe 10-20 bucks towards a GSP, and you'll still be able to see some results. Whereas with a search campaign, sometimes the cost per click gets up to like $5, $10, $15 just for a single click, and if you only have $10-20 a day to spend on advertisement, you're not going to see a lot of action there. But with 10-cent clicks, get a lot more out of it. All right, ad extensions. You can use ad extensions in this. If you have a location, go ahead and insert that. If you have a phone number that you want people to call, you definitely want to make sure that that's in there. We use call tracking with all of our clients, so make sure you insert whatever. If you are tracking, make sure you insert whatever tracking number you're using there. And again, there's a lot of basic settings down here. Generally speaking, you don't need to worry about this, but there's some basic setting stuff like ad scheduling or whatever. We're not going to go over that stuff. We're going to go ahead and just move on. Alright, and now we're going to get more granular down to the ad group level. So it's going to ask you to give your ad group a name. You can just leave it like that, doesn't really matter. Max CPC bid, again, this is a display campaign, so we want to make sure that we're not bidding something really high, like even like $2 or $3 is probably way too high. I would start really, really low. If you don't get any traffic on the first day, you can always bring it back up, but I would start something like maybe like 15 cents. It's a display network. These clicks should be super cheap. If you're paying anything more than like 50 cents, you're probably overpaying. Alright, so for targeting, since this is a GSP, we have to start with placement targeting. So placement targeting is one of these, so we have to click use a different targeting method and placements. And what we want to do is type in mail.google.com, which is the site that people go to, that they'll land on when you're in your Gmail account, is mail.google.com slash, a bunch of backslash garbage after that. And so what we're doing with these GSPs is we're targeting people who are on their site, which is anyone who is in their Gmail account currently. So here it is, the mail.google.com. We want to go ahead and click that little button, add it over, and we'll come back to the targeting. We do want to add more targeting to this than just the placement. We don't just want to be offering our ads to everybody who uses Gmail. As you can see, that's 4 billion to 4.5 billion people, so that's a little much. We're going to narrow it further, but not yet. Go ahead and click save. Oh, oops, uncheck this little thing. This is something that we actually discovered recently. The targeting optimization, the general rule of thumb is if Google has a setting that allows them to have control over anything, you want to disable that. If you're manually doing your bids and analyzing the performance of your campaign, you got to realize that Google is a business. They're trying to make money, so any of their settings that allow them to automate anything, their number one priority with that setting is to make money. They also have some reasons about how it can like increase the amount of clicks that you get or increase the amount of impression share that you get, and that's how they sell you on it. But you got to realize that their number one concern is to make money. So even if like turning on this setting gets you more clicks and impressions, which it will, but it's going to get you a bunch of useless clicks and impressions. They're not going to be worth anything. They're just going to be putting you on random sites that have nothing to do with your products. Again, general rule of thumb, if Google wants to automate anything, do not let them. So go ahead and uncheck that, save and continue. It's not. I'm not saying that because Google's a shady site. They're not, or a shady company. They're not. They're just trying to promote their business like any other business would. But as you get more and more educated about the features within these accounts, because those features can be useful, but generally speaking, if you have very good industry knowledge of just how to use AdWords with your company, then there's no reason to have those enabled. All right, so moving on here. A little tangent. We're gonna create the ads later. So it's asking us to create the ads. We're not gonna worry about that right now. So go ahead and scroll down to the bottom and click Skip Ad Creation. All right, so here you can see our campaign, GSP, ad group 1, because we didn't name it. And the next step here is we want to go ahead and create an ad, because we skipped the ad, so I want to go back and we're going to be creating a specific type of ad. If you click this big plus red ad button, if you don't see that, make sure you're on the ads tab, and then go to ad gallery. See that? Click ad gallery. And there it is. See, there's a bunch of settings here. You'll see the one that says Gmail ads. Go ahead and click Gmail ads, create. And loading, loading, loading. All right, and then you get 4 different options here. The 2 that I use, I don't really use the ones on the outside. That I like to use the 2 in the middle. If you are a company that has a bunch of different products, like maybe you sell apparel or something like that, and you have different types and sizes and colors of shirts and pants and shoes or whatever, the multi-product template can be is probably best suited for you for that one. A lot of companies don't really sell a bunch of products. They just have like one thing. Like it's like we sell this software and that's it. Or, we offer this type of training or service or, and it's just one thing. If you are a single product or single service site, I recommend using this one. I think that this one is even good for somebody who has a bunch of different products as well. These campaigns are less CPA focus, and they're more focused around what we call an awareness campaign, which is it's kind of like just branding, like getting your name out there. These campaigns may not get you an amazing cost per conversion, but it's going to be bringing a lot of relevant users to your site, which is good. We want that, and we want them to come back. The multi-product template, I like using this for. You can actually upload a shopping campaign to this, or a merchant feed to this for a shopping campaign. So if you do have a merchant feed with all of your products in it, then this is something that you can investigate as well. So a little explanation of those. But we're going to go ahead and do the single promotion since that's applicable to everybody. And we'll start off by well, we don't have to give our ad a name. I guess we can. But let's go ahead and call this ad number 1. All right. Our display URL, I'm actually going to create a fake ad for a fake company. I used to be a dog trainer way back in the day, so we're going to pretend that we own a dog training company, and we're going to create an ad for that company. So the display URL, let's say it's the old company I used to run was called Asserting Alpha, so we'll call it www.assertingalpha.com. And sure, that's the landing page. Go ahead and get rid of the caps there. Side note, the only reason I capitalize it in display URLs because it makes it a little easier to read, and this isn't actually where they're going. And then I uncapitalize it in the actual landing page itself. Minor detail. All right. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit here so you can see this whole setup. It's going to be a little bit blurry, but it's going to ask you to insert your logo and an image. You can see over here under the ad preview on the right side that as you start to fill this stuff in, it's going to start building your ad for you so that you can see it. So let's go ahead and start by adding our logo in here. You're gonna have to have your image saved to your desktop or like an image gallery or something like that. So let's go ahead and I think I saved it under a vlog file. Yep. Alright, so here's our logo, and we can crop it. I just made up this logo. This wasn't actually my logo, but and save. Alright, and you can see in the collapsed ad, if we zoom in here, the little cute logo shows up on the left hand side on the collapsed ad, which looks nice. Advertiser, that's going to be your name, so Asserting Alpha. And then the subject and description is, again, this is what people are going to see before they click on the ad. So in my opinion, I would want to entice people to click on my ad. So I think that you want to be relatively aggressive with your ad text here by offering some kind of promotion or maybe like sign up today for 50% off your first lesson or something like that. So then you can see that the promotion shows up here. Professional dog training. You can see that it shows up very nice, has our logo, has our name, has what we do, and it has our promotion to entice people to click on our ad. Good. All right, so now we have to actually, if somebody clicks on this ad, again, this is a collapse ad. If someone clicks on it, it's going to expand out. So we have to upload our image to the expanded ad. So we'll go ahead and upload that. I just have a random image. This isn't me, but it could be me. And we have to create a headline. So we can do like asserting alpha dog training. Nope. There. Professional dog handling and just training. You know, you can put whatever you want here. You know, sign up today, or whatever call to action you want to use. You could also implement your call to action into the call to action button, which seems a little more fitting. Whatever your call to action is, if you want people to call you, if you want people to buy things, if you want, like let's say you're an e-commerce store, you could have like shop online. If you wanted to get people to fill out a survey, you could, you know, complete our survey, something like that. Whatever you want your call to action to be. Let's do sign up today as our call to action. Since we want people to sign up for lessons, and we can scroll down here. The call to action button URL, that's the difference if they click on the ad itself or if they click on the call to action. We'll go ahead, usually I just keep this the same as the landing page, so we'll go ahead and just copy and paste that in there. And then the last thing we can do is add a header in here. So what I do is I actually just put the logo, I reinsert the logo as my header. And you can see that the logo shows up above the ad. If you want kind of a banner across your ad, again, you can adjust this however you want to adjust this. I'm just trying to show you the basic setup here. And then once that's done, we can go ahead and scroll to the, yeah, there's it. Save is at the top. Normally they're at the bottom. There we go. Click save. Alright, and now you can see that our ad is here. If we click on it, you can see it. Collapsed ad, expanded ad. Perfect. Alright, so next step here is targeting. So click on our ad group, which is already selected, and click on this display network tab right here. And next to the big plus red targeting, there's a bunch of options for different ways that you can target people. Now, we already have placement targeting implemented, which is targeting everybody who is on the Gmail homepage. That's pretty broad targeting, so we want to narrow this a little bit further. There's 3 different types that I am a fan of. The first one here is display keywords. Again, this is what I was talking about with the competitors. We can target people based on the keywords that are within their emails on the Gmail page. So if we have certain keywords like, well, I have a list right here. Let's go ahead and just do this. So if we hit plus targeting, select our, we want keywords. And I have a copy and paste list here of some keywords that we could target for a dog training company. Again, you could put names of competitors or, you know, your own keywords, whatever you want in here. I hope you're using your own keywords. I hope you're not advertising for dog training if you're not a dog training business. And go ahead and add those. You can see over here that they're added. And then at the bottom, go ahead and click save. And now it's going to be targeting people based off of these keywords. And again, we have our placement targeting. It's still there. We call that lacing targeting in a campaign. So we're lacing the keyword targeting with the placement targeting. So that means that it has to match both of those parameters. So there has to be, the keywords have to match and the placement also has to match in order for us to show our ads. It's not an and or, it's an and. It has to match both. So that's how adding keyword targeting looks. Pretty simple. For topic targeting, which is, topic's probably one of my favorites. It's the most open-ended, and yeah, I don't know. I like topic targeting, but go ahead and hit topic targeting or plus targeting again, and we're gonna add, instead of hitting keywords, which are already there, we'll hit topics. And you'll see under topics, there's a whole list of topic targeting here. You'll have to find whatever's relevant to you. Since it's animal training, pets and animals would be relevant to us. And I actually like, there's this add topics using codes. This is how I always add topic targeting. If you click this little question mark and click the see full list, it'll bring up a whole list of all of these codes here. And if we expand any one of them, we can copy and paste these codes out of here. So let's go ahead and go to the pets and animals. We can copy and paste all of these. Go back, click add topics using code, paste that in there, and hit add. And then it adds all of our topics at once, which is really nice. You know, we might want to get rid of some of these since we're dog training only. Maybe the cats and birds and horses and rabbits aren't relevant. But you get the idea. And then again, go down to the bottom, hit save, and then we have topic targeting laced in there. And then the last one is interest in remarketing. You can lace remarketing lists in here as well. I generally use topics or keywords, but remarketing is another one that the only reason I don't use remarketing all that often is because generally we already have remarketing campaigns set up. So yeah, I don't see a huge point in adding a remarketing if you already have one, but unless you wanted to like bid more aggressively on the Gmail site for whatever reason, maybe split testing purposes, you could do that. Again, this is going to be simple. We hit the plus targeting, we hit interest in remarketing, and we want to go to remarketing lists. And this account actually doesn't have any remarketing lists, but if you do have a remarketing list set up for like all users who land on your site, or maybe all people who got to the checkout or something like that, then you could add that list, hit save, and then it would lace the that remarketing list with the placement targeting as well. Anyways, that's the basic setup of Gmail sponsored promotions. Yeah, there's not a lot more to it. I recommend that you guys test these out. Again, they're display campaigns, so they act very similar to display campaigns. Cheap cost for clicks. It's more of an awareness campaign than anything else. So if you're really trying to get your name out there, and also trying to place yourself on a site that a lot of people use every day for work, Gmail, then yeah, I think I'm a big fan of them, and I highly recommend at least setting them up and trying them out with a little bit of budget. If they don't work, you can always shut them off. But anyways, good luck. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.